The Russell 2000 just did something that it's only ever happened four other times. And it's good news! It's good news! Well, short term good news. But before that, where are we with Bitcoin? We've seen it come down when the jobs report, have it bounce off that downward trend line. It's consolidating a little bit, but I have high hopes that it could potentially go up. So the Russell 2000 is a collection of 2,000 smaller companies that are outside of the S&P 500. It's a tracker that you can invest into, and it tracks most of the small companies in the US. This index is important because the combination and the balance between the S&P 500 and the Russell 2000 shows where the market is and where the sentiment of investing is going into. So what's important about the Russell 2000 is that for the past year, the S&P 500 has been outperforming the 2,000 smaller companies by 7% on average. But what happened today is that the Russell 2000 has now outperformed the S&P 500 by 7%. And this has only ever happened a handful of times. It's happened in 1991, 1998, 2008, and 2020. And what's important is now 2024. But you ask me, Alvarez, why is this important? Well, what this shows is that the market, the investors, are moving away from large cap coins and stocks and moving into low cap. And why that is important is because when that usually happens, there is a market upward push, usually to all-time highs of not only low cap stocks, but also risk assets such as Bitcoin and most importantly, altcoins. This switch between the two means that the market is moving into a more risk-on type of investment because small caps do extremely well when interest rates are being lowered, when there is more liquidity in the market. And more liquidity in the market means a higher risk profile, and a higher risk profile means that Bitcoin, and more importantly, altcoins, should pump. But I will say one caveat with this, and this is extremely important. Just because there is a cross, and just because it looks like the market is going slightly more risk on, doesn't mean that there is not going to be a recession. I mean, if you look at 2020, that cross of the Russell 2000 over the S&P 500 was marked by a large pump up, pushing above all-time highs. But the next stage was that. So what this is showing, in my opinion, and what this is actually giving me the understanding and more confidence, is that the rate cut, and up until the rate cut, and possibly later until we get to all-time highs, these lower cap coins and stocks, Bitcoin, altcoins, are gonna do something possibly interesting. And it could give you an understanding of where the market is going. This is how I'm playing it. I'm playing it to see that there should be a push all the way up until the rate cut, although that is baked in at the moment. But according to the signal that has been shown, it should for a period longer go higher and then feel the brunt of all the tightening of fiscal policy and see what could potentially be a recession or a consolidation at least. Anyway, I'm Alvarez, a seven-figure crypto investor. Like, follow, share, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.